Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. It is finally time to dive in to Scentsy Family Reunion 2025. The one where they announced the wicked candle. Yes, after 20 plus years of being the flameless candle company, the wickless candle company, the safe alternative to a candle, they've introduced double wicked candles.
I'm sorry, I just hallucinated. What?
And we're gonna talk all about it and Scentsy Family Reunion right after this disclaimer. If you're not familiar with Scentsy, they are what is called an MLM, also known as a multi-level marketing company, network marketing company, party plan company, social selling company. Some would even refer to them as a pyramid scheme, and that is because of their current recruitment-based business model. Within companies like Scentsy that are MLMs, they utilize a pay structure similar to a pyramid scheme, meaning the more people you recruit to your team within this business gives you a higher percentage of compensation. So if you have more people on your team, you have recruited more people, sponsored more people than someone else, then you are making way more money than that someone else because the people underneath you are making that money for you, allegedly, in my opinion. Now, Scentsy has been known since its start to only sell wickless, safe, scented products. Well, folks, that's changed. Scentsy recently at their Scentsy Family Reunion, which is their convention for all of their consultants to go to and pretend like they are in love with each other. At this gathering, they announced the release of the double wicked candles and gave them out to the consultants. The same consultants that have been sitting in front of our faces for the past 20 years or so, telling us why candles are bad, why we shouldn't burn candles, why they are dangerous for us and our children and our pets, and now it's okay to burn candles. Isn't that a little bit suspicious? Do we think that maybe things are not going great in the business? Do we see it yet? We don't know. These consultants are drinking the purple Kool-Aid. They think this is great, it's amazing, and we're going to talk all about it.
Oh, this should be good.
I have a little bit of a Mod Podge of videos from Scentsy Family Reunion, including the announcement of the candle, people's reaction to the candle. The first clip we're going to watch and react to is, I believe this is opening session of Scentsy Family Reunion. This is where all the consultants are gathering for the first time to hear their fearless leaders speak in front of them. Included in the fearless leader lineup this year was Heidi and Orville's children, because if you remember from a few videos back or from any other Scentsy videos you may have watched recently, it sounds like their kids are basically taking over Scentsy products and marketing. Let's see what they have to say. This clip is cut off. There's no real intro to the clip, so it is kind of just gonna start off at a weird place. Also, they're dressed in camp uniforms because the theme to this Scentsy Family Reunion was Camp Scentsy, which is so fitting now because of the candle thing, which we'll get more into. I have so many thoughts on the candle thing.
The fact that I'm here today shows how much I love Scentsy.
That felt rehearsed. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry because that felt rehearsed. Mary. I think her name is Mary. Oh, also, if you're new here, I was in Scentsy for about 4 years. So I was one of these people at the Scentsy conventions.
Yep, that's me.
2 years in a row, drinking the Kool-Aid, cheering these people on, thinking it was amazing.
Even the products and opportunities we have to offer this world. When my parents got back from their mission, I told them I had a hard time looking at our warmers and finding something that appealed to my decor style.
In other words,
we had a few of those conversations with all of our kids, and I have to say it stung a little bit.
Mom and Dad, your shit is ugly. What did they expect? At some point, like, our style changes. As a millennial, it hurts, okay? It hurts to see people making fun of the trends that we had.
You gonna get a back tattoo and some skinny jeans?
The things that we still like.
You should part your hair in the middle.
never!
But it's reality. We can't go through life not expecting that our trends are not going to be cool anymore. You gotta move on from it, Heidi. Don't start crying. Jesus.
But I'm grateful to have honest kids. And they were right. If our own kids felt that way, then we figured many others did too. So instead of being discouraged, we saw it as an opportunity for renewal.
And instead of being defensive, we got curious. We looked at our sales and sponsoring data and realized that it reflected what our kids were saying. Since our beginning, we had consistently been able to recruit 20 and 30-year-olds. But after COVID, that became a problem.
Gee, I wonder why. Do you think maybe it's because people are becoming more and more aware of your bullshit business model that you're utilizing? Do you think maybe that's the reason? Are Gen Z and Gen Alpha, and yes, I know these generations are very young and they're just coming into it, but they're hearing it and they're seeing it just like we were. Do you think that these generations are more wise to the fact that this is a bad idea and that is why you're not seeing them join your bullshit company? It's not because of the warmers and the wax. The wax has definitely gone downhill. Yes, the scents don't last as long. I've gone over that in many videos. Many people say the same thing. Regardless, it's your business model that you have to take a closer look at, which in my opinion, they already have it planned out to flip to affiliate, but that is a video for a different day.
So we asked our kids to help us understand, to help us build something they and their friends would actually be excited about. As a result, Owen joined the product development team.
Listen, you wear what you're comfortable in, but as a woman, I remember my first job at Burger King and they gave me a pair of pants very similar to the pants that Heidi is wearing, but they were black because you had to wear black. And they are so mom jean that they're not even cool mom jean, even for Gen Z or Gen Alpha.
Mom jeans, put on your mom jeans.
And that's what that's giving. Did somebody force them to dress like this? Did somebody force them to make their theme Boy Scout camp uniform?
Link if you need help.
Why? This is horrendous.
Grace joined the social media team. And Mary stepped in as product and creative specialist. And it's a job that she is uniquely qualified to do.
This video is on regular speed, but for whatever reason, when Heidi says certain words, it sounds like she's in half speed for certain things. Like, you know, when you accidentally put your YouTube on half speed and you're like, why does it sound so weird? That's kind of what it's giving. Is it just me? I don't know. Maybe she's not real.
She has serious design credentials, gaining experience as a producer and art director for a commercial photographer in LA, working on international brands, and as a creative director for a women's clothing line.
Heidi actually looks like somebody is holding her there against her will. She's very clearly reading from a teleprompter, which is fine, but she just doesn't look like she believes a letter she's saying. Not a word she's saying, not even a letter.
I get to help create the Scentsy that my generation and the next generation will fall in love with. It's about honoring our history of innovation and fragrance and home decor while building something completely fresh. I am so excited to share it with you later today.
You know, my path was a little bit different. I remember being in Mexico for the leadership a few years ago and thinking I could never do what my parents do.
It's giving 70s porn star, am I wrong?
Bow, chicka, bow.
But then I went on the incentive cruise in Norway and I met with some amazing people and I heard their stories and I heard of all the incredible things they're doing with their lives. I got to see firsthand how Scentsy changes people's lives and that sparked my own passion to be a part of this. I want to do my part to help the company succeed and grow.
All right, this is a business gathering, right? If they want to pretend it's a business gathering, you're pretending it's a business act like it's a business gathering. If you go to a big, large training where your higher ups or bosses are on the stage giving you some kind of presentation, you don't randomly scream out when it's quiet, I love you. That's weird. It's uncalled for in business. It doesn't belong here.
Owen now manages our body, clean, laundry, and pets categories, as well as the Whiff Box program. Now, when he graduated with honors, might I add, with a degree in product design and development, we were excited to bring him into our product development team. And he has quickly proven to be very capable, and he brings a fresh energy to everything he touches. You may know him from his frequent and regular appearances on our month-end Facebook Lives.
And if you've been around a while, you know Grace. Yeah. She's been on Scentsy's stage ever since she was little. She was less than 2 years old when Scentsy started.
Last summer, before my senior year at college, I did an internship with the social media department at Scentsy, and I loved it so much that I stayed through my senior year.
You love it so much, or were you forced to stay there?
I really started paying attention to how Scentsy shows up on social media and realized that this is where I can make a real difference. I can use my degree in communication to amplify Scentsy's online presence, and plus my certificate in conflict management comes in handy since I work with my family.
And she's actually right, it has come in handy several times.
Grace, I need you.
I need that in my life. Conflict management. Ooh.
On an unrelated matter.
Speaking of classes, I decided I'm taking an improv class. I'm so pumped. I'm going this winter.
Random.
Mom and I are trying to make a decision.
And not agreeing.
So Grace is a social media specialist now and gets to help tell our story in new ways that connect with people who are ready for renewal.
Our daughter Emma just had her second baby.
Perfect.
She is perfect. She's so cute. She's our 6th grandchild, 2nd granddaughter.
Unpopular opinion? Maybe not. Heidi's got to chill with the Botox.
You said it, not me.
Please, girl, you don't need it.
And so she couldn't join us this week. But she manages an incredible team and brings fresh perspective to the consultant experience.
Now, our oldest daughter, Sarah, is in Utah, where her husband is a professor, so she'll probably never move to Idaho. But she is a genius researcher and fragrance enthusiast. And if we
Enthusiast.
You put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
And if we ever have a question, she can find the answer. So she acts as an advisor to Heidi and me, helping us navigate this new chapter with wisdom and fresh eyes. So everybody's in this together.
Yeah. So camping is about being together with family and friends, and I am grateful to have our kids and all of you here with us. Woohoo! The fire is warm, the hikes are challenging, and the stories are real, and the memories will last forever. So why do we camp in the first place? I believe we camp to warm the heart, enliven the senses, and inspire the soul.
Even if we don't realize it until after camp is over, we will notice how alive we feel and how inspired we are. And here's how we camp. We camp together. Nobody goes on this adventure alone. We use the buddy system to explore new paths. We tell stories around the campfire that build friendships based on shared memories. And we hike new trails that show us how strong and resilient we really are.
They're literally running this like it's a Boy Scout camp and it's a business convention. I'm sorry, but those two are not even close to being the same. Boy Scout camp is helpful. It's useful in certain ways. This is not where it's useful. Not useful in learning how to pretend to run your own business, because I think that's what we're doing here. I think, maybe, allegedly.
We bond by rowing together through whatever waters we encounter. There's something beautiful about the nostalgia that comes from camping, remembering who we've been while discovering who we're becoming.
She's essentially emotionless when she's talking, is what it is. I'm starting to worry. Heidi, blink twice if you need help, if you can. Well, I guess that's where that clip ends. I tried to play it, just ended. So those are the vibes that Scentsy Family Reunion was giving. Very culty, very gross, just like it is every other year. Now, I do have a couple of other longer videos that I will be reacting to in a few weeks from Scentsy Family Reunion. Also, if you have anything that you want to send me, send it my way. I'm happy to react. While I was searching for clips and cringe from Scentsy Family Reunion, I did find just that. And the first thing I noticed when I was finding these cringy posts is the lack of consultants that were attending these events. I will dig up pictures to show you the crowd there was. When we were in Nashville and in Vegas, both of those conventions were huge. I'm talking like you were stuck like shoulder to shoulder in certain rooms. You couldn't get into some trainings because they were packed, waiting in lines to get food. Almost every day you were without one meal because you didn't have time to wait in the lines. We were in an arena in Vegas and it was filled pretty much. This, empty lobbies.
You hear the crickets?
You could hear the crickets from the pictures. And at first I thought, well, maybe it's just the beginning. Maybe it's leadership. Maybe it's just the leaders there and that's why it looks so empty. But then I'm looking through the pictures and it's the expo and it's the registration and it's them waiting to get into general session and there's hardly anybody there. And this is a smaller venue than they're used to. That to me says a lot about what the consultants are thinking toward Scentsy right now. Maybe they decided against going. Maybe they couldn't because their Scentsy pay was not enough. I don't know. All I'm saying is that it looked a lot less attended than it has been in years past. So now we're going to move on to the candle part of this debacle. I do have the full announcement. I believe this is the full announcement from when they announced it at Scentsy Family Reunion. So we're going to dive into that now.
Think about our tagline for a moment. Fill your life with fragrance. We've been using it since 2019, and it's even truer today than it was then.
And it might seem like a simple phrase, but we began using it with intention 6 years ago. We were thinking ahead and creating space for what Scentsy would become.
So you changed your wording. You changed it to fill your life with fragrance. We were thinking ahead. No, you weren't. Don't bullshit us. Don't bullshit a bullshitter. Okay? That's what they say, don't they? You're not changing anything that much. The only thing you're really changing is your staff, and you introduced a candle and now you have a new logo. You're not groundbreaking anything. You're waving the white flag, in my opinion, at this point where you're broadening your market and introducing a candle because you're realizing, oh shit, we can't go any further with what we have. We have to figure something out quick to save us. That's just my opinion though.
So, are you ready for this?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm hyperventilating a little bit actually.
So, it's not fill your home with fragrance. The tagline isn't fill your life with wickless fragrance. Now, either of those options would have felt natural and even expected at the time, because both were true.
But for a while now, we've known that neither of those phrases would always be true. We chose not to limit our future expansion and innovation or your determination to grow. Scentsy is more than home fragrance. It's more than wickless fragrance.
21 years ago, we were able to break into the mature and slow-growing home fragrance market because traditional candles were the dominant system people used. And for people who loved fragrance but had concerns over flames and soot, Scentsy offered an innovative, simple system that caught people's attention. With warmers and wax, we were the hottest new thing in candles, or the safe alternative to candles. Scentsy then was a disruptor that would lead the way in popularizing an entirely new home fragrance product category.
We have never settled for ordinary. From the beginning, we set out to create safer, longer-lasting, more beautiful ways to fill your life with fragrance. And that remains true. But Scentsy is not a wickless candle company.
All right, who's going to tell her?
Scentsy is an industry-leading international fragrance company selling creative, artistic, high-quality products that warm the soul, enliven the senses, and inspire the soul.
Oh, you got that wrong.
I did?
Warm the heart.
What did I say?
Warm the soul.
Oh, yeah.
I just
okay.
want to make sure they don't
I
think
just
we're changing something.
spoke from the heart, but it was wrong.
Sorry, Kaya, I didn't mean, I just didn't want them to think that we were
It's
changing
okay.
anything.
It's all right.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, Grace.
Grace.
That's going to be a running joke from now on, isn't it? Okay.
She's unwell. Something is not okay with Heidi. And I'm saying this with the utmost respect. Something doesn't feel right with Heidi. Is she okay?
Everything we do
I do it for you. Let me stop.
Support your opportunity to be successful. And we owe it to you and to future consultants to create new journeys to take with Scentsy.
So, we decided it's time to do something new. And probably something you haven't considered before. Something that allows us to truly achieve our mission to be industry leading and live up to our promise to fill your life with fragrance. To give you even more products to sell to help you reach your goals and reach new customers.
We are excited to announce the launch of our own candle line in September.
Like I said, the room they're in, I either showed pictures already or I'll show pictures right now. It's not huge. However, there were more people in that room than cheers that I heard. Just saying.
We cannot be a company that claims to fill your life with fragrance without offering such a core fragrance product.
So we've talked to many of you with older children about your preference for fragrance, and to our own children, and they buy candles. And their friends buy candles. Buying candles is not an issue, and making it an issue makes us seem old and out of touch.
So you're throwing in the towel. You're like, f it. Candles can be safe again. Why not? Otherwise, we're going under. You're just throwing in the towel. They essentially took the Scentsy model, the Scentsy vision of why the actual individuals who started Scentsy, who are not Heidi and Orville, by the way, and just throwing it out the window. Not saying they're getting rid of warmers and wax. Eventually, they're going to dwindle down to not have very many options for that because more people are just going to go for the candles because candles are simple. They're easy. You know the wax is going to smell until the wick is gone because it's burning the whole time. It goes away. It's gone. It evaporates, right? With the wax, it's not like that.
Where were you going with that?
I don't know what made me get there, but that's just the way I think of using candles. And in my brain, I'm like, oh, well, the scent's going to last way longer than Scentsy would because I don't have to worry about changing the wax. The candle is going to take care of all of that for me. It's just going to go to the next layer after the first layer burns off. And I don't have to worry about it, right? This is where it's all the rambling is going to land, I guess.
Apparently so.
I talked to multiple other former Scentsy consultants after this announcement came out, and not one of us had this on our bingo card. None of us were like, yeah, I saw that coming. No, never in a million years did I think that Scentsy was going to come out with a candle with wicks, because that is throwing their entire vision for the company away, in my opinion. That is the product they started on. That is their core. Their core is a safe alternative to fragrance. You just got rid of that. And I feel like that is very telling. That is a huge sign of things to come. If they're willing to get rid of being wickless and being the safe alternative, what are they willing to do to the consultants that got them to this point to begin with? They essentially just threw the entire company away, in my opinion. They threw their morals in the trash as a company. As a product, they threw their morals away. And I have nothing against candles, but they did.
And it's wholly inconsistent to claim to be a world-leading fragrance company and not sell the product that dominates the fragrance market.
So traditional candles were a $6 billion worldwide market when we launched Scentsy in 2004. Today, that market is roughly double the size. That's an average growth rate of about 3.5% per year.
Oh boy.
So you're saying you had hardly any impact on the candle market. No impact. People were still buying candles. Scentsy started in 2004 and the candle market just blew up after that.
However, if you look at that growth rate over the past 5 years, the candle industry is experiencing a resurgence and is growing nearly double its historic average.
This growth trend was partly fueled by the pandemic, but it is also being fueled by younger consumers who love fragrance and are passionate about candles.
In fact, consumers aren't choosing between candles and wax melts like Scentsy bars. They want both.
Nobody wants both. You're only saying that because you're Scentsy. Why are we believing this is the piece that I really want to point out. Like, why are you believing that this is a good thing? This is a sign. They are not doing good. They have a smaller venue for their consultants to come to. Hardly anybody's there. They're introducing candles after they said candles are the devil. You could work with other MLM companies. What are you missing? Get out, run while you still can.
We all know our fragrance products are second to none. If somebody's going to light a candle, it should be a Scentsy candle.
And there's always give and take. Candles have flames and soot. Scentsy bars eliminate that, but also have cords and spills. There are positives and negatives to each.
And it took you 20 years to come to terms with that.
And every system has pros and cons.
Ultimately, your customers get to decide which system works for them in any situation where they want fragrance. So when it comes to Scentsy candles, we asked, can we make it unmistakably Scentsy by being industry leading?
No.
High quality, artistic. And we are committed to get there.
Listen, Bath and Body's got you. I'm sorry. I know that I have people who have feelings about candles, and I fully understand. For me, personally, I don't pay much attention to that. I should. I know I should. You don't have to put it in the comments. I gotcha. But I like candles. So I love Bath and Body candles, and it's going to take a lot for Scentsy to beat Bath and Body candles, or even the TJ Maxx DW home candles that they always have. Those are tobacco. Yes. Give me all of it. It's going to take a lot for Scentsy to be an industry-leading candle. The candle industry is more saturated than the Scentsy consultant industry. They just like to go in for the saturation. They like it moist, if you will.
Don't say that word, man.
I'll go to timeout. It's okay. I keep saying I'll go to timeout. I feel like I need to start something with timeout. Like, are we doing a podcast? Are we doing a live series? What are we doing? Let me know in the comments.
So one of the first questions that we had to ask is, what wax do we use? All wax doesn't work the same, and each type of wax has advantages and disadvantages. We're launching Scentsy candles crafted with a premium soy blend wax designed for a clean, even burn, and a long-lasting scent. We've added our signature touch in every detail. A 2-wick candle in a 12.5-ounce beautifully frosted glass vessel.
A glass vessel? It's just a glass jar. It's a glass jar. It's in such a beautiful glass vessel. This one is, I don't know, I got it from TJ Maxx. I'm a TJ Maxx candle girl. TJ Maxx or Bath & Body. Those are my go-tos. Not Scentsy.
Embossed with our new Fragrant S. We'll be offering other sizes with 1, 2, and 3-wick options following our initial launch in September.
How innovative.
Our candles bring you everything you love about Scentsy fragrance, with a gentle flicker of candlelight to elevate the mood, moment, or room. It's a new kind of warmth, a new kind of Scentsy.
They tried to do the flicker light with, I don't remember what. It was, I think the first time they did it was when their oil diffuser came out. They had like a flicker setting. And then they had the element warmers. And I know they had a few, or at least one, that had a flicker setting as well. They've been trying to get the flicker down for years. So they finally just said, we need to call in reinforcements. We can't get the flicker down. Throw the candles in.
We've partnered with the same world-class fragrance houses that we already trust. They are the best in helping companies develop and test. And I have to say that they are really excited to be working with us. Between now and the end of the year, we plan to offer many of your favorite fragrances chosen specifically for their performance in candle form.
And to ensure consistent quality and safety, Scentsy candles will be manufactured in our own facilities.
Which apparently means nothing, because if you remember from a few end of month lives back, Heidi said something about the wax being made here in the USA in Idaho. And somebody commented something and Orville said, no, it's considered made here because we add the last thing when it gets to our distribution center. But it is not made in the United States of America. They just add something in the end and then slap the label on that says made in the USA. That is what they said on that call that I reacted to. I will try to dig that up, but but time is not on my side these days. At the very least, I'll link that video in the description so that you can go and even search the transcript if you want to fact check me, but definitely insinuated that their stuff is not made in the US, but they add the last final things in the US, so that means it's made in the US. It's so mind-boggling.
In Meridian, Idaho. Initial availability will be limited to the US and Canada as we prepare to support international offerings as soon as we can.
And we know that many of you are probably wondering, what about safety?
Yeah, Wendy, what about safety? Remember our friend whose husband is a firefighter and had to join Scentsy and sell Scentsy because of the wickless factor?
I did a jewelry company for 8 years and was actually doing a fundraiser when I walked by and smelled some yummy wax warming. I thought it was a candle. And I'm like, that smells great. She goes, oh yeah, there's some wickless candles. Didn't hear the wickless part. Walked by the booth, seriously, and went, I can't have those. I'm married to a fireman, and he's now retired. But I go, I'm married to a fireman, and I'm not allowed to have candles at my house.
What about her? She's now, here in this photo, holding her Scentsy candle and super excited about it.
Guess what? Scentsy makes great candles. Coming in September. Stay tuned.
The fuck? What happened, Wendy? And all the other consultants who are acting like they didn't say the same things Wendy said and are now pumped for candles. Changing your tune pretty quick there.
It's a fair question, especially because many of you chose Scentsy because of our flame-free approach to home fragrance.
Now let's acknowledge something important. Our wickless products remain the safest option, especially for households with young children or pets.
But over 70% of US households buy candles. Clearly the market is speaking. Consumers want to be free to choose from a variety of fragrance systems based on their lifestyles.
Candles are part of everyday life for millions of people, and not all candles are created equal. Many on the market are made with low-quality wax, inadequate containers, cheap wicks, and weak fragrance.
So now they're going to attack the candle companies, not for being candle companies, but for the shitty product that they make. But they've been selling for years and years and years. You can't do that, Orville. I'm sorry. You can't. You're new. You're new here. You're new here in the candle world. You can't talk shit about candles. Not yet, at least.
Some burn unevenly, release more soot, or pose stability risks. There is a reason why some candles sell for $2 while others sell for $200.
Who the is buying a candle for $200? Nobody. I'm kidding. There are people who are buying candles for $200. I saw some candle company on Shark Tank not too long ago that were selling their candles for over $200. I was like, you're on crack cocaine. You know how many Bath and Body candles I can get with that on Candle Day? Anyway.
And it's not just in the name. We saw an opportunity to offer something better, something Scentsy.
Every Scentsy candle is developed with the same safety-first mindset as our wax and warmers. Our vessels meet rigorous testing standards for heat resistance and stability. And our wicks are specifically calibrated to work with the wax, the fragrance, and the container. They are crafted for maximum scent and minimal waste.
Of course, we'll provide education for you and your customers alike on safe use, including trimming the wick, placing candles away from drafts.
We'll provide education on how to light and care for a candle. Don't burn it for too long. Trim your wicks. You know, don't burn it when you're not around. It's common sense. I hope parents are teaching that to children. That's a parenting issue. I'm sorry, I'm on one today.
And never leaving a lit candle unattended.
Candles aren't replacing warmers and wax. They're expanding the opportunity. A growing number of customers want both, and we're not abandoning our roots, we're growing them so we can continue to explore what fill your life with fragrance can mean for the future.
They look thrilled, y'all. Thrilled.
We will post an FAQ and a news article with more details on the candle launch after the session tonight. And a new landing page will be available on your PWS when we launch in September. There's also a candle booth for you to visit in the expo.
So while our first offering will focus on tried and true Scentsy fragrances in a timeless glass vessel, our expertise in fragrance and warmer design is going to unlock some very cool, innovative ways for Scentsy customers to experience candles. Just wait and see.
Are they going to put them in fucking wonky jars? There's nothing I hate more than a candle jar that I feel obligated to keep. That's probably one of my biggest pet peeves, and I've never said it out loud until just now, and it sounds ridiculous. If a candle comes in a really nice jar and I feel obligated to keep that jar, I will not purchase the candle because I hate shit. I hate stuff. It's so annoying.
Okay. Now, I'm a little nervous about this part. Kind of like letting 21-year-olds out to drink for the first time. But because you are here at SFR, we want you to be the first to experience just don't light it in your hotel room. You're each receiving a 12.5-ounce Scentsy candle in our exclusive Camp Scentsy fragrance. With notes of fresh picked berries, bright peach, and sweet apple blossom. And we have a new printed catalog for you too. Scentsy team, bring them out.
I'm dying to do a comparison, like an in-person scent comparison. I refuse to spend money on Scentsy, but I'm dying to do a comparison between DW, a Scentsy candle, and Bath & Body. Not so much the ingredients, but the scent, the burn, all of it. But I don't want to buy the candle. So if you get gifted one and you don't want it, I will pay you for shipping. Just DM me. Oh, I guess that's the end of it anyway. All right, what are we doing? The Scentsy consultants, if they didn't start seeing it with the compensation plan change, they have to be seeing it now. They have to. I really hope they are, because it's just, the hits are just going to keep coming. They went against their entire candle philosophy. They have changed their minds completely on the one thing that they started the business on, which is safe alternatives to candles. Let that sink in. I did not expect to have so much to say about all of this shit, but I did apparently. And so for that reason, we're going to cut this video here and do the end of month post Scentsy Family Reunion call with Heidi and Orville in the next video to give us a little time to digest this information we just got about Scentsy candles. This is mind-blowing. It really, like, I never would have thought that Scentsy was gonna be like, here's a candle with wicks that includes you lighting them on fire. Never would have thought of that. Anyway, as always, thanks for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit, and I will see you in the next one.